Hollywood, as many people know, is a very difficult place to work, and that's really what's happened to the former royal known as the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle. She found out the hard way that when Hollywood is through with you, then they're definitely through with you. Let me explain. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. Thank you for your time today. Nice to see you as ever. Go on, let's all have a big wave. I hope you're okay. Yes, I'm looking at you. Let's have a big wave. Come on, get with it. We've got to wake ourselves up. What do you mean you're going to bed? How dare you? Back as ever though to your breaking roll story of the day. Also, quick mention by the way to those that really enjoyed the soft sell Pet Shop Boys video. I know, can't believe the years, you know, when you look at these things and you think, when was that? 1982, 83? You think 10 minutes ago? Not quite, eh? This is the problem that's really engulfed Meghan Markle following the axing of her animation, the cartoon that she was working on called Pearl. It's very difficult, isn't it, when you're in a sort of brand like that, because, you know, there's all the big fanfare that you're going to do well and people are expecting you to make a lot of money for their company. That's the reasons why they sign you. Make no mistake. And as we've often said here on the show, you don't get all the money up front. It's ridiculous to think that you do. But of course, the way they paint it is that, you know, you're going to receive millions of dollars because it makes their company look good. Now, as we now know, Meghan and Harry have had a bit of a setback with that particular project. But according to a very good source, it didn't really go swimmingly as people were actually saying. And let me explain the reasons why. It appears, according to insiders, that Meghan really has suffered the backlash according to the downscribing of course, Netflix. But bigger than that, they thought that their project was going to be going ahead. After all, they'd received no notification otherwise, so one can imagine it came as something of a shock. Now, according to a very good source, the bigger problem truly for Meghan and Harry was this. They'd been busy working, of course, on their Invictus Games, and they were heading off to Amsterdam, if you remember, at that time. And they had planned a very big event which saw a lot of people around the world tuning in and looking at those new reports. So they figured that they were on a very good, stable relationship with Netflix. And for Prince Harry, he is currently stable. That is until, of course, he delivers the final edit of the Invictus documentary. But according to that good source, Meghan Markle was stunned to find that they'd binned her, removed her, axed her without really any notification. According to that good source, everything was still progressing right up until 2 days before the announcement. Now, whether you like Meghan or not, or whichever way round you have to look at it, it's very difficult, isn't it? Because these particular giant companies, streaming giants, television companies, have to make a profit. And they made a very big decision that they felt that this wasn't going to be the wokery, the cancel culture stuff that their audiences now wanted to watch. Now, allegedly, and as ever we have to say this, someone did speak to Meghan Markle saying, look, you know, things have moved on in the last 18 months. This is the sort of product that we're now looking towards. And this really wasn't what the woke warrior wanted to make. Hence the reason the deal really did collapse. So who's truly to blame? Should Meghan have really sort of sucked it up and made an effort to make sure that she could make something that the Netflix giant really were looking now to make in this 2022 age? Or is she right, of course, to stick to the original idea of what Pearl wanted to be? Now, whichever side you're on, you do have to say, whichever way it's gone, Meghan has lost a lot of money by sticking to her principles. And as we told you before here on the show, she's hoping to get it reassigned to someone, another company who may take this forward. As for Netflix, they're still open to working with the Duchess of Sussex if they can find the right side of programming that they both totally agree on. As ever, when I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.